Hey guys, Gather the Magic back again, and it's time for another Splinterlands Land Market Watch video. This is episode number 45. Today is January 25th, 2026. We're going to go through all things land, as you guys know. And the big news right now, starting off the episode, is the number of plots available for sale. As you can see here, currently on Peak Monsters, there are 2,383 plots available for sale. But if you've been following these episodes, you know that usually we are in the low to mid 3,000s. Just 2 weeks ago, 3,353 plots available for sale. So we've got almost exactly 1,000 plots less available on the market than 2 weeks ago. So people have been just scarfing up all the cheap land plots. So we'll take a look later on in the episode on how much the plot prices have gone up. For now, if you want to get an unsurveyed land plot currently in game, same as 2 weeks ago, $59.75. Over on Hive, the prices have moved up from $53.45 2 weeks ago up to $65.87 for an unsurveyed plot. As far as tracks and regions go, tracks, there's still 3 available in game. Cheapest is at $10,000, and that one land region is still for sale for just under $89,000. Looky here, look what's finally happened. So I've been talking forever about picking up time crystals while they were 75 DEC, 60. I think if you go back several months, they were as low as like 46, 48 DEC per time crystal. Now, even though they are 7 cents because of DEC being under peg, it's going to cost you 110 DEC if you buy it off the non-card market. So for the first time ever, it is better to just get them directly from the store for 100 DEC each. So hopefully you guys have been loading up on time crystals and don't have to pay the full price of 100 DEC per time crystal. Okay, moving on to totem fragments. So this week, totem fragments, the commons, went up from $1.39 a piece to $1.67. Rares stayed the same at $8. Epics came down from $46.98 to $39.39. And legendaries just moved down slightly from $162 to $160. Now, if you're looking for complete totems, the price for commons really shot up. You were looking at $13 just 2 weeks ago. Currently, the cheapest common totem is $16.75. There are 37 available, but does not mean necessarily they're all at that price. The rares came down, or actually went up from $64.99 up to $75. Epics came down from $275 to $274, and then legendary totems are still $899.99. Your totem claims, common stayed the same, $16.75 a piece. Rares came down a little bit from $95 to $89. Epics went from $360 2 weeks ago, currently $349, and then there are still 2 legendary totem claims starting at $1,750. Okay, Land Baron. Right now, if you came into the game, went to Peak Monsters, just bought the 50 cheapest plots, how much would you spend? So 2 weeks ago, you would have spent $691.47, or just under $14 a plot. Currently in game, there are, I believe, 54 plots available at $13.99. Those are the cheapest, so you're looking at just under $700 to pick up 50 plots in game. Okay, and now for your resource type. You can see here grain has moved up to $24 for your cheapest grain plot, up from $18 2 weeks ago. And I believe there are around 30 plots or so left that are under 40 bucks a piece. So I expect this price to move up probably $28 to $30 in 2 weeks when we do the next land market watch. Wood plots have moved up from $12.50 being the floor to $14.75. Stone has moved up from $12.25 to that $13.99. And then ore has moved up from $12.35 to $14.74. Okay, so now the main part of the video, 5 cheapest land plots per rarity. So starting with your common natural plots. So 2 weeks ago, $12.25 to just under 15 bucks. And like I mentioned, $13.99 is the floor. Those are all in region 115. There's 54 available, almost all canyons, 53 canyons, 1 desert. Next, for $14, there are 11 hills available in region 136. Region 53 has 2 calderas and a mountain for $14.74. Region 23 has 3 badlands and 2 swamps for $14.75. And then region 135 has a swamp for $14.90. Moving to the rares. So 2 weeks ago, $23.90 to $24.50, very tight range. Currently, region 115 has 6 canyons and 2 deserts for $23.88 a piece. Region 72 has 3 hills for $23.90. Region 27 has 1 hill and 1 tundra for $24 a piece. Region 7 has a tundra for $24.40. And then finally, once again, region 72, they have 2 hills for $24.50. Okay, moving on to the epics. So a month ago, the cheapest epic was $100. Now we've moved up to $130. So that seems to be the new floor, at least for now, for your epic natural plots. So $130, there is a desert in region 125. $135 for a hills in region 72. $145 for a hills in region 85. Region 143 has a badlands and a forest for $160 a piece. And then finally, region 65 has a river for $199. So there is the first grain producing plot that is on the 5 cheapest. And then finally, there's a swamp in region 140 for $199. And then your legendary natural plots, there are not very many legendary plots total on the market. I believe there were 6 total. 5 of them are right here. So you're looking at $499 in region 115, $670 in region 72, $750 in region 12, $825 in region 60, and then finally look at the price jump all the way up to $4,000 for a desert in region 132. Okay, moving on to your magical plots. So commons were $32, $37 range, about the same this week. There is one fire plot available in region 14 for $30. Then region 62 has several plots available, 3 death, 3 earth, and 3 life for $33 a piece. Region 7 has an earth magical tundra for $36.95. Region 139 has a fire caldera, also for $36.95. Then we move to region 28 that has a swamp, death magic, for $37.90. Region 76 also has a swamp, but this one is for water magic, and that is $37.90 as well. And then finally, in region 28, there is another death swamp for $37.99. Okay, moving on to the rares. So you can see the big price jump that we have in rares. So when you start getting to the higher rarity magical plots, you can see the supply is very thin and also the prices jump very quickly. So 2 weeks ago, $55 was the cheapest rare magical. Currently, that lowest price is $68 in region 72 for dragon magic. Then $70 in region 143 for death. Region 44 has life magic for $83. Region 71 has death magic for $89, and then finally another death plot in region 81 for $100. Okay, moving on to epics. Don't think there was a lot of movement in these over the last 2 weeks, so still 240 is the cheapest in region 120 for fire magic. Region 102 has earth magic for $275. Region 143 has a water plot for $280. Region 28 has earth magic for $360. And then finally, region 117 has life magic for $399. And those are for epic magical plots. And then finally, for your legendary magical, there was one 2 weeks ago for $1,200. That one is gone. There are currently no legendary magical plots for sale. So next are your occupied. So $55 to $74 2 weeks ago. Now your cheapest is $60 in region 27. Then next, $64.90 in region 112. 112 also has a plot for $67, $70 in region 53, and then $74 in region 72. Next, for your rare occupied, $120 is the cheapest, and that is in region 43. Region 134 and 143 each have a plot for $140 apiece. Region 112 has 2 plots available for $145 apiece. Region 140 has a swamp for $170, and then Region 93 has a Badlands for $250. Okay, next are your epic occupied plots. And this is the entire list, guys. There's not even 5 available for sale on the market. There are only 3. And the 3 are $450 in Region 91. This is a lake, so since you can use it as an occupied plot and you can use it for grain, I do not expect this to last until 2 weeks when we do the next market watch. So $450 in 91, $999 in Region 132. That's also grain producer. And then finally, Region 26 has a tundra for $1,250, and these are the only epic occupied plots available for sale on the market. And finally, legendary, there was none last time. Currently, there is one. This one is for sale, I believe, by Clove. So she is selling a legendary occupied bog in Region 80, and the asking price is $1,200. Okay, keeps. So the days of the 1,000 or less keep may be over. So last time, $849 to $1,490 for your keeps. Currently, the cheapest is $1,200. So $1,200 in Region 44. Then it jumps to $1,490 in Region 9. After those 2 are gone, it goes up to $1,995 in Region 137. Next is an even $2,000 in Region 135, and then finally the 5th cheapest. Look at this. Now we're getting to almost castle prices. $5,699 in Region 71. And speaking of castles, last time there were 2 available for sale. Each one was $10,000. The one in Ravenwood either sold or was taken down. That is no longer available. And the one in Region 14 was reduced from $10,000 to $9,000. Okay, next are all the trade swaps in game for all the resources. So a month ago, for 1 DEC, you would have gotten just under 48 grain. Currently, you will get 53.8 grain. Iron a month ago, about 2.1 iron. Now you're looking at 2.2. Stone, just under 12 stone a month ago. Now you're looking at 10 stone per DEC. And look at wood. So a month ago, wood, 1 DEC would have only got you 7.4 wood. Now it's all the way back up to 25.9 wood per DEC. Okay, your land items that you can craft. Almost all of these are a little bit lower except for the Midnight Potion. So the Midnight Potions went up from 1.3 to 1.7 cents. Fortune tickets were 50 cents, now 48 cents. Auction marks came down just a penny, $1.50 to $1.49. Wagon kits have come down from $5.39 to an even $5. All your different scrolls for unbinding. They were 1.8 cents for the commons, now they're 1.5. Rare scrolls, you're looking at 6.6 cents a piece. Epic scrolls are still 33 cents each, and legendary scrolls are $1.79. And then your 2 potions for your avatar and exemplars. Polymorph are still at 14 cents, and capacity flux has come down from 33 cents down to 19. And then finally for the land cards. So when the land cards launched December 7th last year, you could see the commons were going for $1.80. Currently they are $2.25. The rares were $4.20 a month ago. Now they are $6.65. Epics were $12.70. Now they are $19.99. And at launch, legendary land cards were $87.50. Now they're $124.90. There are some gold foils for sale. Commons, $54, down from $64 2 weeks ago. The gold rares, $69.90, just down 9 cents from 2 weeks ago. And there is a gold epic for $229. There are no gold arcane, black arcane, or black foil land cards available currently on the market. And just as a reminder, all the land cards sold out on December 14th. So that is it, guys, for the Market Watch. The next big land update that they are working on will be for buildings, so make sure you store up your resources. And I put this 2 weeks ago, grab those time crystals, but the deal for time crystals being under 100 DEC looks like it is gone. So hope you guys got those in time. And if you would like to, please support the channel. I'm on Buy Me a Coffee, so if you go to this site, buymeacoffee.com/gathering the magic, you can be a monthly subscriber or just send me a one-time tip. Anything is greatly appreciated. So thank you for the support. This upcoming weekend, of course, will be the card market watch. We'll do a deep dive like we always do in part 2. Part 1 is just kind of an overview of all the sets, the pack prices, card prices, tokens, you know the deal. So stay tuned for that next Sunday. Probably have a couple videos in between there. So until next time, stay the course. Keep on forging, have fun, and I will see you soon. Take care.